Well, howdy. Right, we got a lovely little vid this time round. It's a bit of graft early on from Fensy, and showing you the final bits of the river diversion stuff, and then I managed to get the rods out this morning and had a brace, quite a good one, 61 and 72 and a half. So not a bad little morning's fishing. I've got some video of it, and I've got my video with them, so I'm putting them back and got some photos. So yeah, absolutely pucker. So stay tuned for that. They're pretty special fish. What else has happened? So I come straight up the farm. I've got to mow and get everything sorted up here, because otherwise it gets out of control. And what goes on? Bloody slasher decides to lose a pin and slide off its rail, which gave me all sorts of massive grievous. So I thought, well, all I'll do is I'll start up the machine, so I'll be able to push it back on its rail and sort it out. Oh yeah, so the machine won't start now, and I need it this bloody week. So, oh, I tell you, oh, it tests you. I don't know what the bloody hell. I'm not a mechanic. It's one of my real weak areas. I get by at doing bits and bobs, but I'm just that's not my area. And living in a cruise, I just have no one to help. There's just no one here that can bloody assist me with what are relatively simple things, probably. But anyway, I'm gonna have to try and get someone to give me a tinkle and a hand with the big machine, because I need it to do the backfilling Thursday or Friday probably. And we got people in the jeep over the weekend. Anyway, stay tuned for the vid. You see some cracking fish and a little bit of graft from the old man. All right, catch you. Bye bye. Hi guys. Yeah, just me. Doing the same old. Right, just finished this final section now of the riverbank protection. It's again come out really well. I'm really happy with it. I'll show you it. So I'm just waiting. It was a little bit of rain again last night, so I'm just going to wait for it to dry a couple of days, then I'm going to start the filling. I've actually got some French strains to do, which I'll show you over there as well, before I come around to do this. So just another little number, but I'll let you see it. It's come out bloody awesome. And again, if anyone wants any help, or has got stuff like this to do and they just want a bit of advice, or they want the contact details for the guys over in the UK that do this stuff, just let me know and I'll do all I can to help you. All right, catch you. Bye bye. Okay, so this is the final section of the Nico span, fully put in now. I'm really happy with it. It's so solid. And as I say, behind here, look, you've still got the old existing wall, so it just ain't going to go nowhere. I'm going to backfill against all this though, so bring it all right up. I'm going to bring it all right up to this level, and secure it all. You'll see along here where it all subsided with the big machine is obviously one of the key areas that I want to make sure I get right. This is going to have a bit of fill in. I might just take this lump out of this corner here just to smooth this water flow around here, which will help in the winter anyway. But yeah, this is that bit where obviously where the machine sunk and pushed all this out, and there's quite a bit of fill to come in through this side. Again, most of it I can use most of this sand and rubbish, I can use most of that to get it done. But as you can see, she's all in, and I'm bloody happy with it. I think it's going to do the job, which is a bloody result and a massive weight off my shoulders, hopefully this coming winter. Obviously these are leaning in a bit, but once I get some fill in there, because that's going to come out, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Looks like a pucker job. All right, let's get on with something else. Oh, hello. You might have noticed a buzzer just went. Yes. Come. Oh yeah, there's a bubbler right over me. Oh, go on, get off, get in there. Go on, son. Yes, so had a busy morning, early afternoon up at the farm. And then our neighbours, our good friends Andy and his family are over, and it's always lovely to see them. They don't get over very often, and from the UK. They own a property next to us, and So we had a bit of a get together this afternoon and had a couple of little sherbet dib dabs, and it was bloody marvellous. Always lovely to catch up and have a chinwag, you know, put the world to rights, and yeah, and just see him again. It's always great. I love it. Sally's away. She's just had a wicked day today on the horse with her mate Maddie. Said it was just biblically awesome up in the Alps. You know, riding her horses through the alpine sort of region of France is pretty special, and yeah, she's had a wicked day and she deserves to be out there and having a great day as well. So I'm super stoked. So I was sat there, it was about 5 o'clock, and I went, you know what, I'm going to come fishing. Yes. So oh Jesus, that was a big fish. Holy moly. I've got fish all over me. I'm back-leaded. I'm still getting liners because they're picking up line with their pecks. I've got fish absolutely all over me. There's only one I want, as you well know. I keep going on about it. I want the bloody General. I saw her the other day. Know she's around in this area, so I'm back in this little spot on the rocky single, fishing in really close. Just put a little scattering of pellet around with a catapult. A real mix of 3s, 5s, 9s and 15mm pellets. Really trip them up a little bit because I normally only feed them with 15s. I'm fishing with just a tiny little cut down wafter that pretty much mimics the pellet size at a 9mm and a 15mm on my different rods. So we're going to see how it goes. I've dropped them out with the baiting spoon. The fish are still here. They don't really know I'm here. Been super stealth. In fact, I'm talking too loudly now, in my opinion. But anyway, who knows? Let's see what happens. It was lovely to have that, you know, big upper 60 the other day. Again, as I said, I don't fish my lake very often, so it's nice. You know, I give them the life of bloody Riley, really, don't I? Most fishery owners would flog them to death for 30 weeks of the year. You know, I want these fish to live as long and good and healthy a life as possible, and I know we're fishing for them. We're going to put hooks in them, and with putting hooks in fish, there's a risk. There's always a risk. It's what we do, innit? So we have to understand that. But we want to try and make sure, I want to try and make sure as a fishery owner that I look after my fish absolutely as best I can. That's why they're only fished for 14 weeks of the year. Again, I could make a lot more bloody money if I opened it up more, but it would completely change the nature of this lake, and I'm not prepared to do that. Sometimes things are worth more than a bit of extra money in your bank account. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion anyway. I've got another discussion to have as well. I'm going to have a chinwag with everyone about. It'll come out next week now, which is you know, carp behaviour. And carp, are they social creatures? Just keep an eye out for it, because it's an interesting one. It's observations of 42 years of carp fishing, and also, you know, the observations and chats that I have and with multiple different anglers and different people. You know, I don't know many that spend more time on their lakes, watching, observing, seeing their fish behaviour, you know, breeding fish, stocking fish, etc. I'm, you know, as you probably already gathered if you're following me, I'm a bit of a loon, so I don't do anything by halves. It's not my nature, and I always just want to try and understand these creatures that we fish for, and I think it'll be an interesting discussion on, you know, carp behaviour and the social aspect of carp. Are they a social creature? I think it's going to be an interesting one, and I think some of you will have observed things that, you know, you might not put the pieces of it together because you don't see it as many times as I do. But when you see what I call in life, I call it the non-coincidence of coincidence. Yeah, when you see coincidences happening lots of times, well, that ain't a coincidence then, is it? It's you're seeing something, you're seeing a pattern, and it's an important pattern to, as an angler, it's an important pattern to understand and put the pieces of that puzzle together, because it helps you with your angling. So anyway, I'm going to do the night tonight. Sorry, I've chucked me, I've got the buggy above me, and I've chucked a bed sheet. Oh, Jesus, look at that bubbling like hell over there. They're going absolutely garrity. As I said, the weather's getting much warmer towards the end of the week, so this is possibly my last session. I don't want these fish to be stressed too much. I just want that one fish. I just want to catch the bloody general. I probably will weigh her, but it'll be done so stealthily and with the least amount of stress for that fish as I can possibly put on it, because I think by the end of the week they're going to be very close to popping and going. So we shall see. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there could be a big kipper on the bank. We'll see what happens. See you later. Bye-bye. All right, so I did manage to catch one. I caught an amazing fish I call Blanco, which was one we stocked from the stock pond from the main fish farm this year, or last year now, at 61 pounds. So a beautiful, beautiful fish. There she is. They don't get much better. They don't get much better. Young fish, absolute belter. Look at that, destined to be another Fensmere absolute chunk very, very soon. Go on, back you go, darling. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for coming. Big frame, big fish. Wow, did she fight. It was absolutely biblical. Get in. Thanks, darling. Right, let's go and have a cup of tea. Alright guys, so the morning continued. I was just about to go, and a big girl that I haven't seen for many years just turned up at 72.5 pounds. So not a bad morning of a 61 and a 72. She's nice and soft. The mighty big scale. One of the most amazing creatures. Look at her. Look at her. What an absolute beauty. A beast, a unit, one of the best fish in the lake. I was hoping to get the mighty general, but at 72.5, I'm not complaining about this incredible creature. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. There we go.